Public Library for Yoga and Yodels today. I hope you're having as much fun as we are at celebrating Earth Month in the month of April. We have these fun Storytime interactive kits I've been talking about, and you can create your own owl babies, and then your mama owl, you can be the mama owl who's swooping. If you stop in briefly into the library, we have a story walk, but we also have the interactive kits to check out, so that's lots of fun. Our song for today is Mr. Sun, but you know how we like to change words in Yoga and Yodels, so you don't have to have Mr. Sun. You can have Mrs. Sun, or you can have Shiny Sun, which is wonderful. When I revisited this Raffi song that we sang all the time when my kids were little, I looked at it with new eyes. I was looking at it like, this is a very early sun salutation for little ones. I'm speaking to the grown-ups right now. So what we can do in Mr. Sun, this song, we can inhale our arms up to make a nice big sunny sunshine, and we can rock back and forth and stretch our bodies. And when Please Shine Down on Me comes up in the song, why then we can rain down into a forward fold, which that's a lot of what our sun salutations are. So your little one, we have some sun salutation songs that are pretty complicated, but your little one can start out sun salutations with Mr. Sun. And this is a song that every time you get ready to play outside, you can sing, because it is a little more fun to play outside when it's sunny outside, especially in the springtime. So you can call on Mr. Sun to come out and play with you and your children. So we're going to sing this twice, and at the end we repeat the last line. So you can imagine, please shine down on, please shine down on, please shine down on me. It'll warm up your bodies. So this is another yoga song, super simple with just 3-4 chords. And I hope you think about maybe checking out a ukulele from the library, putting one on hold and picking it up. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind a tree. These little children are asking you, please come out so they can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Should we do it one more time? Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind a tree. These little children are asking you, please come out so they can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on, please shine down on, please shine down on me. Our book for today is When Spring Comes, and it's by Kevin Henkes, a local author, and it's illustrated by Laura Dronzik. Look at all the spring illustrations. Let's see who published our book. Green Willow Books. Thank you, Green Willow Books. Do you see these cardinals here? They look just like the cardinals that are in our trees by the bird feeder. Before spring comes, the trees look like black sticks against the sky. Wow, look at all these blooms. But if you wait, spring will bring leaves and blossoms. If you wait, spring will make the leftover mounds of snow smaller and smaller and smaller, and suddenly they're gone. Before spring comes, the grass is brown. But if you wait, spring will turn it green and add little flowers. If you wait, an egg will become a bird. A seed will start growing. Do you see this seed become a flower? And here's a robin in its nest. Spring comes with sun, and it comes with rain. And more rain, and more rain. Do you like mud? Do you like puddles? I hope you like umbrellas. Do you see this umbrella that these two people are sharing there? That's pretty cool to share an umbrella. Before spring comes, the garden is just dirt and empty. But if you wait, spring will push green shoots through the dirt to fill up the garden. And spring will call out the pussy willows and new kittens too. The pussy willows are my favorite. Spring can come quickly or slowly. It changes its mind a lot. But when spring is finally here to stay, you will know it. There will be buds and bees and boots and bubbles. My favorite B words. My favorite W words. There will be worms and wings and wind and wheels because we can bike again. You will feel it, you will smell it, you will hear it. When spring is finally here to stay, you might think you are done waiting, but you are not. Now you have to wait for summer. And they all lived happily ever after, the end. Our yoga flow for the 3rd and 4th weeks of April is a garden yoga flow. And I know it isn't quite time to be planting our gardens unless we're really maybe covering things up with a milk jug, or if we're having a really warm spring, which I'm not sure about yet. Many times they say not to plant outside until after Mother's Day, so we've got a little while until that. But we can be doing our garden yoga flow anyway, early. So let's begin with some breathing. And we've been using extended mountain pose for almost all our flows. This time we're going to be thinking about saying hello to the sun when we bring our arms up. So let's inhale our arms up and bring our palms together at the top. I know you probably can't see this, but you'll be able to see the child who's off to the side and then what she's symbolizing or he is symbolizing fuzzed out in the background. So we're being a sun as we have extended mountain pose and we breathe. Say hello to the sun. Hello, sun. And exhale your arms down. Our next pose is Warrior 3, and that's a great bird pose. And don't we have a fun time watching the birds in the spring? They are, if there are puddles, if there's mud, they're always pecking for worms. That's fun to watch, and it's fun to watch while they take little bits of fuzz and grass and things to make their nests. That's fun. And sometimes we even find a little tiny bit of robin eggshell on the ground. That's lots of fun. So our Warrior 3 is a great balancing pose, and we're going to pretend to be a bird. So you stand on one leg, and this is a great time to hold on to the wall, or you're grown up, or a chair, or just feel strong in your own body and feel like, okay, so maybe I'll tip over, and maybe today I'll be strong and I won't tip over. Either way, it's all great. You're standing on one leg, you bring your other leg behind you, and you flex your foot. You bend your body forward. Let's keep our chests up. And take your arms out to the side this time for our Warrior 3. And then let's flap our wings like birds. Continue to breathe. Don't hold your breath on this pose while you're trying to balance so vigorously. And then eventually, when you've had enough on one leg, then just pause the video and do it on the other side. Here's a fun pose. This is triangle with a forward bend, and we're going to pretend to be a deer. So what you'll do is start out standing tall with your legs hip width apart. You're facing forward, and you straighten your arms alongside your body. So you take your right foot back and keep your ankle bent just a little bit at a 30-degree angle. Maybe your grown-up can help you with that. Then you'll place your hands on your hips. You're checking that your back is flat and that you are looking straight ahead. And you slowly bend and stretch as your hips are on, as if your hips are on a hinge. You keep a flat back and a long neck. That's like a deer, right? You bring your hands to your shins, your ankles, or the ground, depending upon what feels comfortable for you. And you keep checking your spine to make sure it's straight. You're going to pretend to be a deer who's munching grasses. And remember to take time to do this on the other side too. It's a challenging balance and strengthening pose, isn't it? Next is one of our favorite yoga poses. We love to do tree pose, and it is a great garden pose. So when we do tree, we stand on one leg, another great balancing pose. We bend the knee of the leg you're not standing on, and you put the sole of your foot, either your toes are on the ground like a kickstand, or bring the sole up to your shin or above your knee, or even up to the inside of your thigh if you're very stretchy. If you'd like to, you know how windy it is in the spring. We love to fly kites in the spring. So would your tree like to sway in the breeze today? That challenges your balance, doesn't it? Makes it even more difficult. But it feels cool too, right? So you inhaled your arms up to make branches of a tree, and maybe you sway in the breeze. And take time to do that on the other side. Our next pose is our rain pose, so that's standing forward bend. And we have so much fun in bookworm yoga when we rain down, because we always use the sound effects, right? So you're standing tall, your legs are hip width apart, your feet are facing forward, and you've straightened your arms alongside your body. Then you're going to bend your upper body and reach for your toes. And let's do those sound effects. All the way to your toes, or toward your toes. Nothing's saying that you have to make it all the way to your toes today. Maybe tomorrow. And you can have your rain fall down several times. Just like our Mr. Sun song, right? Our next pose is our frog pose, and how much I love seeing frogs in the springtime. So you start in Malasana, or squat pose, to be a frog, and your knees are apart, your arms are between your knees, and you can touch your hands to the ground, and that helps with your balance. But you know what's really fun to add to this yoga pose is, how about a couple jumps around the room? That'll warm you up, and it will stretch your muscles, and it will challenge your strength, and it's a lot of fun too. Next, you'll want to do tabletop pose. So just come off of your squat and onto all fours, hands and knees. Your fingers your palms are flat on the ground, and you make sure that your back and your neck are in a straight, neutral position. So that means that you shouldn't be feeling any tension in your neck. My neck is in a neutral position right now. I haven't turned it to the side. It's not forward. It's not back. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm asking you to go for. Your shoulders should be over your wrists. Your hips should be over your knees. And the tops of your feet are flat on the ground. And you're pretending to be a spider walking along through the garden. And would you like to come forward and back on your yoga mat a little bit while you creep being a spider? Our next pose is child's pose or seed pose. So we're going to pretend to be one of those seeds that's waiting to sprout in the spring. You'll come to sitting back on your heels, and you'll slowly bring your forehead down to the mat in front of your knees. You rest your arms down alongside your body, and you take a few nice deep breaths, pretending to be a seed in the ground. Our final pose is our cobbler's pose or butterfly pose. You're going to be pretzel legs. Sit on your bum with a tall spine, then bend those legs and place the soles of your feet together. And how about if you make some antennae with your fingers like a butterfly, and gently flap your legs open and close like a butterfly's wings. And that's our yoga flow for today. We'll finish our time together with the Aloha Storytime song. So you can get up and you can hula dance, or you can just sing along with me. Aloha, oi, aloha, oi. Story time is over, our dancing time is done. Aloha, oi, aloha, oi, until we meet again. Cha-cha-cha. Thank you for joining me for Yoga and Yodels today. We'll see you soon.